Good morning. It's not turned out nice again. It's a bit grey out there. How's it going, guys? You all right? Yeah? Good. Do me a favour, drop me a sub on my other YouTube channel with youtube.com/Duncan Oldham. Because I'm toying with the idea of doing like Cop Talk extra time over there, where it's like, where we might do a bit of gaming and that. Or we might do a bit of gaming on here like we used to do, just so that people can join the chat. I don't know what I'm doing at the moment, but I'd appreciate it if you'd give that channel a follow. And I've got a video uploading now, actually, which is seeking feedback from all you guys. Well, those of you guys that that participate in the community of Cop Talk, if you like. The rest of you, you won't want to watch it because it's got fucking nothing in it to do with Liverpool. All right. So, you all right? Yeah, shall we crack on? Let's have a look at today's gossip from the mainstream media. However, I go to the BBC for a roundup of the gossip each day. I think Sky Sports do a similar one. I don't like the way that the BBC include certain websites on here, like 90min.com, for example, or Football Insider, and by including them on these little update videos that I do, I don't need to think that I endorse them or anything. Quite the opposite. But it also gives you an idea as to, like sometimes you might hear a rumour and go, well, where's that come from? With this kind of video, this kind of review, we can see where it came from them, you know what I mean? So let's have a look. We'll start off with Tottenham and France goalkeeper Hugo Lloris, 36, has an offer to play in Saudi Arabia next season and triple his current salary at Spurs. That's the Times. Fabrizio Romano, Mo Salah. If you're not a long-term viewer, you won't understand that. Arsenal are set to announce an extension to 21-year-old England forward Bukayo Saka's contract, which will run until 2028. Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is a huge fan of his. And it's very easy to say that now, but he was a huge fan of his prior to, the kid really like establishing himself, if you like. And they did explore the possibility of bringing him to Anfield at one point, but it was never going to happen. The Telegraph say Newcastle have revived their interest in Leicester's 26-year-old England midfielder James Maddison, a player who has been weekly linked with Liverpool. I don't mean weekly as in every week. I mean weekly as in meh sort of thing. 90min.com. Liverpool are interested in signing Real Madrid and France midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni. How do you, if it's not John Smiths or Jack Daniels, I can't pronounce them. But you know what I mean, don't you? So don't be smart in the comments. He's 23. Even if it initially means a loan deal. Now, that has come from 90min.com today, but that doesn't originate from 90min originally. So that is not something that I would immediately dismiss, okay? They're just basically rehashing it, putting the same stuff out there, but just in a different order. There is a little bit of chatter. You don't like that player was the primary focus of Liverpool Football Club for some time, and not a long time ago. You do not suddenly go, don't want him, not interested in him. So I personally, I don't know how you deal with stuff like that. I personally will continue to monitor what happens with his situation at Real Madrid. It's not one to rule in, it's not one to rule out. Yes, it's 90min.com and you shouldn't pay any attention to them, but we do know that it dates prior to their claims, okay? The Mirror, Tottenham want to secure a replacement for former managing director Fabio Paratici. Is that Paratici? We don't care anyway, do we? Before finalising plans to bring in a new manager. Football Insider. Man City have turned their attention to Chelsea's 29-year-old Croatian midfielder Mateo Kovacic as an alternative to England midfielder Jude Bellingham, 19, who is set to join Real Madrid from Borussia Dortmund. We're not going to discuss Bellingham today, I don't think. Are we going to discuss? No, we're not. We're going to leave that. Never say never. Not until the fat lady sings. And we all know a fat lady. There's nothing wrong with being fat. Look, take it from a man that knows, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to it don't matter. In Germany, right, Liverpool are poised to sign Hannover 96's 34-year-old former Germany international Ron Robert Zieler as a backup goalkeeper. Now, I don't know if you've noticed this, but in the last 24 hours, Liverpool have been linked with 2 or 3 goalkeepers, which suggests that's where we're mooching around a little bit at the moment, which would therefore suggest that they are looking at releasing Kelleher, who, in my opinion, shouldn't go for a penny less than 30 million with a zillion clauses in it. I like that kid. But, you know, we have probably the best goalkeeper in the world. And if you were him, what would you be thinking if you want to progress your career, you know? Be on the lookout for speculation concerning goalkeepers. That will be my focus today after this video. I'll be focusing a little bit on the goalkeepers that have been linked with us just to get switched on as to who's who. Sky Sports, Wolves are interested in signing Coventry City and Sweden striker Victor Gyökeres, 24. Telegraph, PSG are set to lose France forward Kylian Mbappe with Real Madrid's pursuit of the 24-year-old back on. This could be alarming if there's any truth in this. Now, this is the Telegraph. This isn't 90min.com or Football Insider, or there's another one that I don't even want to mention at the moment that's getting quite a bit of prominence on social media. But again, it's just guff, you know. If we don't mention them on a positive light on here, then no, it's not for me to tell you what you can do. I'm just here to try and offer a little bit of advice, and I do think I've experienced enough to do it. Being an old granddad, like, have I ever told you I've been here 25 years doing this shit? Have I ever told you that? Sorry, it's a little personal running joke with people. No, I mean, it's not for me to tell you, you know, you form your own opinions, but I know how a lot of these places work, and there is a new one that's focusing a lot on Liverpool stuff. And I really want to call it out, you know what I mean? But it causes more problems doing that, so I want a quiet life. I'm too old for that shit now. But anyway, PSG, Kylian Mbappe, I mean, I already thought PSG might start sniffing around Mo Salah, as Fabrizio Romano would shout and fucking ball. I genuinely do think you need to keep an eye on PSG. And I'm not saying there's any truth in this suggestion. You'll know if, you know, you've heard me speak before about the Egyptian plan, I think I used to refer it to. You know, the long-term aim of Mo Salah and his agent, what's he called? Rami Abbas. They always wanted to get him to Real Madrid as part of his, you know, of his career, but the Real Madrid sniffed around him a few years ago, and you must remember Mo Salah whoring himself around a little bit with interviews, bigging up the Real Madrid and then Barcelona. That was during a time when, you know, when people were social distancing and stuff, and you know, they knew what they were doing. So at the moment, there's no chatter to do with Real Madrid and Mo Salah, but PSG, yes, there's just a little bit, you know, that I keep looking out for to see if anything comes up. So when you see a suggestion that they could lose Mbappe, that is a little bit alarming, because that's like, oh, I wonder if we will see anything. I am not for 1 minute suggesting that Mo Salah's going anywhere, but you need to look at the other things and other clubs if you are bothered about things like that. I'm just waiting to see if anything comes up to do with Mo. At the moment, we haven't seen that, all right? And we may never see it. What's that dog doing? He's prancing around. The Athletic. AC Milan's 23-year-old Portugal forward, Rafael Leo, who has been linked with Liverpool and Chelsea, signed a new 5-year contract with the Italian club. Record in Portugal. In Portuguese, translated, but this is a really, we need to pay attention to this. Liverpool are ready to meet the €60 million release clause for Sporting Lisbon's 22-year-old Uruguayan midfielder Manuel Ugarte, which is £52 million sterling. There are suggestions that's been met. This is a very, very, very genuine transfer link, if you like. And I would deem Ugarte a primary transfer target. Someone said yesterday on one of the comments, well, what happened to the primary target? How is this a primary? Well, you can have more than one primary target. So you have, you know, you have different levels of priority, right? So you look at them and go, right, we really want them to, right? They're primary targets. That's how I would define it. Do you understand? I'm not patronising or being condescending, I'm just trying to explain. So, in my opinion, McAllister is a primary target and Ugarte is, but I'm still of the opinion that the digits in the McAllister deal could significantly affect this potential deal. Now, the agent's making a lot of noise about this, which is a concern, I think. You know, the agent's come out and basically not denied Liverpool are interested. You know, there's not the only club, and he's talking it up a bit, you know, trying to get inside interest. And you've always got to be suspicious of that. Because if his client wants to play for Liverpool, if his client is close, you know, it's all going well, you aren't going to hear a fucking word from him. So if maybe the player's, you know, not really bothered about Liverpool, Man United, Chelsea, I'll go to any of them, then his agent's going to go whip up the frenzy, you know. And I'm seeing more and more stuff to do with Ugarte, to do with his agent, which is just a little bit like, you know, the agent's got a job to do, that's fine. But I don't think, as much as I think this is a primary target, and as much as I think this is progressing well, from what people are saying, I don't think it's as cut out and easy as everybody thinks. That's all. And that bit's opinion, all right? So I think that this would be quite significant amounts of money if you were to get McAllister and Ugarte, and this is why it's important to get them fees down as best as possible. But yeah, Ugarte is absolutely 1 billion% one that you should watch, but don't fall into the trap of thinking, oh, it's all done and dusted and all that. Let's just wait and see, all right? I'm perfectly, at the moment, I'm perfectly chilled with everything at the moment. That'll fucking change, mark my words. Football Insider again, Manchester United are monitoring Inter Milan's 25-year-old Argentina striker Lautaro Martinez, previously linked with us. ESPN, England goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale, 24, is close to agreeing a new long-term contract at Arsenal. Team Talk, there's a blast from the past. I mean, does anybody bother with Team Talk these days? They were like massive, you know, back in the 90s. There was a big running drama at the time. You know, Brian Bentley, who remembers Brian Bentley, the Liverpool Team Talk page? It was like, he was always making digs at me and that, and it became like a Cop Talk versus Team Talk thing. And one of the most famous running things at the time was over Marcus Babbel, the 9999. I can't remember, what was it? In German, 9999, which was a date which was 9th of September 1999. God, we're going back some fucking years now. Brian Bentley was called. Who remembers Brian Bentley on Team Talk? Are any of you that old enough? Team Talk used to be the masters of the clickbait back in the 90s, before clickbait was even a thing. And it was shocking. And you don't see them mentioned very much now. Anyway, they're saying Sunderland are planning to offer Jack Clark a new contract to fend off interest from Crystal Palace and Brentford in the 22-year-old English forward. Oh, I get it, right. So they're trying to fend off interest in the player. Okay, sorry. Chronicle Live, which is a local publication in the northeast of England. Barcelona's 26-year-old Brazilian forward Rafinha, who has been linked with Newcastle, as rubbish, claims he is open to a move away from the Nou Camp this summer. That's your lot. So what can we say? What can we conclude from this video? We can conclude that Liverpool are apparently making inquiries and noises around goalkeepers. Okay, so if you haven't seen that, take my word for it. That's what appears to be going on at the moment. Which, no, I was going to speculate and say maybe that's a good sign, because it might mean that they've got other stuff done. But well, not done. But maybe they've done all they can at the moment on McAllister and Ugarte, for example, and now we've just got to sit back and wait and like, right, okay, we know about that. Ravenberg, we stacked. We can go with that if we want to and try and agree a fee. Let's now start looking at goalkeepers, because we've got Kelleher that wants to leave and stuff like that. So to me, that's what appears, my intuition would suggest. However, all right, please don't think that the midfielder situation's sorted, because I guarantee we're going to see more about other midfielders. It wouldn't surprise me if we saw a bit more about Caicedo in the coming week or so as well. Because what I think will happen is, if Liverpool do not make progress, maybe on their primary targets, then they will start to make some noises for two reasons. One, well, we might not get that player, so we're going to look at him now, a genuine reason. And two, you might see the Liverpool clique of journalists start putting out all of these claims, because that then applies pressure to the agents of the primary targets, because they'll be going, well, we might lose that Liverpool deal, you know. And the same with the player. If the player's thinking, I really do fancy going to Liverpool. I know you're sniffing around and trying to get me the best deal, Dave, but, you know, that Liverpool, I thought, you know, they might, if they go for Caicedo, then that's my option there closed. And I actually quite fancy that. So it's all a game. I know you all know, but maybe there's some younger Reds don't know. And I enjoy it. I love this time of year. I won't be saying that towards the end of the summer transfer window, because I get stressed and start falling out with every fucking idiot and that. When they come in with stupid comments and you said this, and I was like, no, I never fucking said that. Or, do you know what I mean? So at the moment, it's chill. We're all right. Tranquilo, tranquilo. Por favor. Please, please, please. Can we have some peace? Remy's here. My rescue dog's down here now, because he saw me going, Grr. So he's coming to see and make sure I'm all right. Right. That's it for now. Let me know your thoughts. If you've seen any transfer links that you want to mention in the comment section, please do, because other supporters will read your comments and might be able to answer your questions or might agree with you. They might think you're an idiot, you know. You know, it came up yesterday in discussion that, you know, a couple of you guys on a members video were having a disagreement, if you like, different opinions. That's allowed, right? You're allowed. Just respect each other. Don't start telling the other one that they're wrong, because you have no right to say that they're wrong, you know. If you disagree with someone in the comment section, I disagree, mate. But you don't need to tell someone they're entitled to their opinion. They know that. But just because you think something's right doesn't mean that it's right. Okay, and I don't like that kind of stuff. You know, like someone said, you know, I don't know this, but I was told that someone said that I was owed an apology because I had a different opinion to someone. It's like, no, nobody owes me a fucking apology. Every single one of us, me, you, we all have our opinions, and we're never going to apologise to anyone for having them, right? And if I had an issue with anybody, I'd say so, but I haven't, right? And don't have your nose put out if someone has a different opinion to you, right? Man up, you know, like, they've got a different opinion to me. It doesn't, like, I don't want to know about it, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not being disrespectful at all. I love all you guys, but there's more things to be arguing over than fucking millionaires, right? Whether they're millionaire footballers, managers, owners, politicians, whatever, right? We're just the ordinary people, I think. So instead of getting passionate and fucking falling out, just go, all right, yeah. And if you can't deal with that, if you find yourself that, you know, it puts you know, just then don't engage in that. Do you know what I mean? Just to go, when I see someone that has a different opinion to me and I think, what a div, right? You're allowed to think that, right? I don't actually think that ever on here, I'll be honest with you. I genuinely don't think we ever get anyone leave comments on here where I think that. And then, I don't know, usually that would be social media or something. But I wouldn't waste my time trying to tell them how wrong they are. This is the internet, guys, all right? So you're allowed different opinions. We've all got different opinions, and just behave yourselves, all right? We should all love each other, because I tell you what, right now, this is the only family in the world that is there for you unconditionally, right? Well, some of you might think differently. You know, my family are all right. I think they'd be there for me unconditionally. But what I mean is, online, this is a family, and families sometimes have different opinions, all right? You don't get thrown out of the family on here just because you've got a different opinion about something. I don't know. That's enough on that. Okay, guys. Liverpool sniffing around goalkeepers. Keep an eye on that kid at Real Madrid whose name I can't pronounce. See what happens with him. And keep an eye on PSG as well. And more Salah. You know what I mean? And, thanks to those of you that channel members. Thanks to those of you that are Cop Talk VIP members, podcast patrons. Thanks to all of you that have made Cop Talk TV great again. I've got a list of you in the video description below. They're not necessarily channel members. These are people that have hit that thanks button under the video. That's my new thing on here now, that thanks thing. If you ever watch one of my videos and think, is that right, that? I'll get that silly fucker a cheeseburger or a pint. Just boom, hit that love button, heart button, whatever it is. Feel them. Or if you're not, like, you know, if you can't do that, that's fine. But hit the thumbs up. All right, I'll leave a comment. But, yeah, I don't eat cheeseburgers, by the way. Ryan Babel once said publicly online when I made a video once about him saying I thought I don't know, said something like I thought he was going to be an amazing player, but he let himself down. He was more bothered about music than he was Liverpool and stuff like that. He took offence to it, and he must have been watching my video at the time. And Ryan Babel, right, do you know what he said? He said, I'm going to bend him over up the you-know-what while feeding me a cheeseburger. Can you believe that? Ryan Babel said that, right, back then, right? Can you believe it? He soon U-turned, though. He deleted it, right, which I thought it was mint. I was like, that's all right. And then he said, well, I'm only joking, putting out some shine to my man Duncan Oldham or something like that. Ah, dear me. I don't know. Some people be offended by that, trying to get him cancelled. Sack him, he shouldn't be doing that. It's disgusting. I might have liked the cheeseburger part of it. You know what I mean? But we don't want any wusses around these parts. You know what I'm saying? Right, Remy, we're going. Okay, guys. Thanks button, thumbs up button, comment. Subscribe if you like the channel. You don't have to if you don't. I appreciate all of you that watch my video content. For whatever reasons you watch them. I know the majority of you are friends, but I'm sure there's some foes around these parts as well. All right, guys, speak to you in a bit.